uneventful night last night. No rain, or it didn't rain, but everything was wet anyway. Some critters trying to crawl around my tent. Weather was temperate. No big deal there. I'm gonna take down the tent. I don't think we're gonna hang around here and let things dry out. We'll mosey on to our next campsite and then hopefully be able to get some stuff on the lines. Dry out at that point in time. If I had to do it all over again, I would have put on my raincoats sooner, but I just kind of expected it to stop raining, which never happened. So today the plan is to go from Devil's Walk Bay, which is what I'm on right now, down to either Grandpa, or more likely I'll probably go all the way down to Seagull again. Camp one more night. We're heading out tomorrow. Even if I would have had my raincoat on, I think everything would have got soaked anyway. It just seems like even my waterproof socks are wet on the inside, so it was coming down pretty good when I was in the canoe. But I am now in my last dry clothing, so just hope it won't. I hope it doesn't rain today. As we go on here, the rain chances are supposed to go down. Be nice to have a little bit of sun. There is a little bit of a breeze, which is nice. Despite having a waterproof pack and a 6mm garbage bag inside of it, you would think I'd be able to keep things dry, but I probably could have done things a little smarter. But I was cold and I wanted to get the tent set up, because this tent has got a screen for its roof. Before you get the rain fly on, if I had to do things differently, I would have put my raincoat on, my rain gear on sooner, and then maybe if that were the case, I would have stayed warmer. I wouldn't have had to set up the camp necessarily right away. I don't know. At any rate, it's not a dangerous situation. It's not that cold out. I will survive. morning. Welcome to day 3, October 3rd, Sunday. And just leaving my campsite on Devil's Walk Bay. Last night, as it was getting dark over in the bay back there, something walked into the water. It had to be a moose. I can't imagine what. I guess a bear would be the other thing, but something was walking. It wasn't, a beaver or anything like that. You can actually hear the footsteps going through the water. I never saw anything, but it lasted for a good 2-3 minutes. And some ducks came flying out of the same area, so must have been a moose. It was just too dark to make anything out. So this is all new territory for me. I've never been in this area of the Boundary Waters before. So looking forward to seeing some new sights. Not that I remembered much of what I'd gone through 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, I should say. Never been on Devil's Walk Bay and Grandpa Lake, these portages up here. I got 2 or 3 today, depending on how far I go. Most likely I'm gonna end, unless it starts raining or something, I'll probably go all the way down to Seagull today. Unless one of the campsites on Grandpa really trips my trigger. A little cooler out, the temperature is here. Yeah, it's right around 60 today. So right around 60. And completely overcast. I think it's supposed to. I don't know. Maybe we'll have some sun later in the day. I hope. Be nice to dry some stuff out. The name of this lake is Roy Lake. It's very beautiful. I kind of wish there was a campsite on this lake, but there's not. Seems like the trees have definitely took a turn. The birch look a little bit more yellow today than the past 2 days. Tamaracks still haven't. This basically just started. There'll be ways to go before they get yellow, I think. Coming up on the portage from Roy into Grandpa. It's a 125 rod portage. Turned out to be a nice day. So I am on the portage from Roy into Grandpa. Starts out quite rocky. Doesn't seem like the last two portages get a ton of use, but for the most part, they're not too bad. This is 125 rods. I already brought the backpack over. Double portaging. I haven't quite figured out the single portage solo trip yet. The problem is to paddle the canoe, I need the middle seat in the canoe. The packs, the supply pack that I need to bring is taller than my shoulders. And so what happens is the pack rests on the seat and unbalances the canoe off my shoulders. And I could bring a smaller pack, but then then I'd have to probably bring two because I can't get all my gear into a smaller pack. So, haven't quite figured that out yet. A few spots on this portage that are very green with moss, and a few spots from very yellow from the birch leaves falling on the ground, gold, and a nice hill coming up here too. So far the longest portage of the trip has been 50. Kind of forget how long 125 is. And I got one more after this today at 2, which is 230, double it almost. Grandpa Lake here. I'm gonna check out both of these campsites, probably stop for lunch at one of them. That portage was destructive, to say the least. Took out my fishing pole. Guess I'm done fishing. That's 2 fishing poles I've broken. Although, actually, it's the same. No, it's not. No, it's not. This pole I brought to Alaska, and I broke the tip off of it up there. I fixed it before I went on this trip, but I broke it in about 6 pieces on that portage, so it's done. And then back in July, when I was up with the family, I broke a different pole. So nope, no worries. I'm down to 2 pack rods now that are at home. I'm the only one that fishes anyway, so one more than I need. This campsite is rated 3, the one I'm heading to now. It looks really nice from right here, but out on a rocky point. I just checked out the second site on Grandpa. Both of these sites are awesome. Paddle Planner had them as rated as 4 and 3. I would up both of them to 5 and 4. This one, the only downside of this one I see is it could be kind of next to a swamp on one side, so there could be bad mosquito-wise, and it's not quite in territory where you get a lot of wind to keep them at bay. So, but yeah, this answer where I want to go next year in the summer. I think we're going to come down here. Quite sure how I'll work it yet, but a pair of loons on this lake, and I don't know if one of them is like a juvenile or one's in the typical loon coloration, but the other one just seemed more flecked or spotted, and then the head was still partially white rather than black. It's kind of strange. I was just wondering, I don't know how long the young hang out with the adults, so I'm kind of wondering if that was a baby earlier this year. So I'm going to go over to the first site I checked out. This is the one I would rate 5-star. I'm going to have lunch over there. And then cruise through that 230 rod portage back to Seagull. I hope I can find as nice of campsites there. We'll see. It's kind of tempting to stay here. There's no one else here. It will be very quiet, and the site is super nice. I don't know that it would save me all that much time to get to Seagull today anyway. To get to the campsite I would want to stay at on Seagull. Puts me about as far away from my exit as this one does. Coming to you from the field, October 3rd, 2021, Grandpa Lake. Start a little fire here and have some supper. Lion Brian and garlic potatoes. Trip. Gonna throw some vegan jerky in here. Spice it up a little bit. Brought an extra fuel bottle for the stove, but so far I'm still working on the first one. I gotta drink my rest of my wine tonight too. Well, hopefully my wood's not too wet.